There's a building in New York City. It's on Whitehall Street. You walk in, you get injected, inspected, infected, detected, neglected, and selected. I went down to get my physical examination that morning. Got good and drunk the night before, so I looked and felt my best when I went in that morning. Because I wanted to be the all-American kid from New York City. I wanted to feel, I wanted to look, I wanted to be the all-American kid from New York City. I walked in, I sat down, I was hung down, brung up, all kinds of mean, nasty, ugly things. I walked in and sat down. He gave me a piece of paper and he said, "Kid, see the psychiatrist, room 604. I walked up there and I said, "Shrink, I want to kill. I want to kill. I want to see blood and gore and guts and veins in my teeth. Eat dead, burnt bodies. I mean, kill, 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 kill." I started jumping up and down, yelling, "Kill, kill, kill." And the psychiatrist was jumping up and down with me. We were both jumping up and down, yelling, "Kill, kill, kill." Till the sergeant came over, pinned a medal on me, set me down the hall and said, "You're our boy." Didn't feel too good about it. I proceeded on through getting more inspections, infections, detections, neglections, all kinds of mean, nasty, ugly things that they were doing to me. I was there for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I was there for a long time getting all kinds of inspections, injections, detections, infections, all kinds of mean, nasty, ugly things. Just having a rough time. And they was injecting, inspecting every single part of me, and they was leaving no part untouched. Finally came to the very last man. I walked in, I sat down, I said, "What you want, Mitt B?" He said, "Kid, we only have one question. Have you ever been arrested?" I proceeded to tell him a story about the Alice's Restaurant Massacre with the 4-part harmony and full orchestration and other kind of phenomena. I said, he stopped me right there and he said, "Kid, did you have to go to court?" I proceeded to tell him a story about the 27 8x10 color glossy pictures with the circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one. And he stopped me right there and he said, "Kid, I want you to go and sit down on that bench that says Group W. Now, kid." I walked over to the bench. Now, Group W is where they put you if you may not be moral enough to join the Army after committing your special crime. There was all kinds of mean, nasty, ugly-looking people on the bench there. There was mother rapers, father stabbers, father rapers, father rapers sitting on the bench next to me, and he was mean and ugly and horrible, crime-fighting guys sitting on the bench. And the meanest, nastiest, ugliest one, the meanest father raper of them all, was walking over to me, sat down, looked at me, and he said, "Kid, what'd you get?" I said, "I didn't get nothing. I had to pay $50 and pick up garbage." He said, "What were you arrested for, kid?" I said, "Littering." Then they all moved away from me on the bench there, that hairy oddball. Till I said, "And creating a nuisance." Then they all came back, shook my hands, pat me on the back. We were having a groovy time talking about crime, mother raping, father stabbing, all kinds of groovy things, smoking cigarettes, having a good time. Till the sergeant came over, had some paper in his hand, held it up and said, "Kids, this piece of paper's got 47 words, 5758 words, we don't detail the time, crime, and anything I said, 10 from the kind, no arrest, no officer's name, and anything, I said 45 minutes and nobody understood a word that he said, but we had fun filling out the forms and playing with the pencils on the bench there, and I proceeded to fill out the Alice's Restaurant Massacre with the 4-part harmony and the full orchestration, and put down the pencil, turned over the paper, and there on the other side, in the middle of the other side, away from everything else on the other side, capital letters, quotated in parentheses, read the following words: "Kid, have you rehabilitated yourself?" I walked over to the sergeant. I said, "Sarge, you got a lot of damn gall to ask me if I have rehabilitated myself. I'm sitting here on the bench. I'm sitting here on Group W bench. Because you want to know if I'm moral enough to join the Army and kill innocent women and children and burn down houses and villages after being a litter bug." He said, "Kid, We don't like your kind. We're sending your fingerprints off to Washington. And friends, somewhere in Washington, enshrined in some folder, study in black and white, are those fingerprints. They're still there. And the only reason why I'm singing this song is you may know somebody in a similar situation. Or you might be in a similar situation more sooner than you think about it right now. And there's only one thing you can do if you're ever in that situation. You walk into the shrink, wherever you are, you wait your turn, you walk up to that shrink and you say, "Oh, excuse me, hey, shrink, you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant," and then walk out. Can you imagine that? Just one person walks in and sings a bar at Alice's restaurant and walk out. They'd say, "Hey, that guy's 45 years too late. Get him out of here." And if two people do it, two people in harmony, holding hands, if they ask and you tell, you ain't going. And if imagine three people today walking in, singing a bar at Alice's restaurant and walking out, they may think it's an organization. And 50 people, can you imagine 50 people a day walking in, singing a bar at Alice's restaurant and walking out, they may think it's a movement. And a lot of them may think you're too young to know what a movement is. But that's what it was, and that's what it always will be. The Alice's Restaurant Anti-Massacre Movement. And the only way to join it is to sing it the next time it comes around on the guitar with feeling. Just wait for it here. Here we go. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. That's right. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Walk right in, it's round the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. That wasn't bad, not bad. I know you got louder when I stopped singing, but that's okay. You know, there is a noise ordinance on the music, but there's no noise ordinance on you guys. I left my decimeter at home, so if you want to end war and stuff, you gotta sing really loud. You ready? Here we go. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Excepting Alice, you can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Walk right in, it's around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. And you can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. La, 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 at Alice's Restaurant. 2010, right? Thank you so much.